Alright y'all, welcome back to the Dark Spirits channel. For this week, I'm going to be doing an initial review of this Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. So this is a funny story about this bottle, and you know, the good thing about making your own videos is that I have full creative control of this. So I'm going to tell you a story about this, and if you guys don't like my story, don't watch it. So I remember when this bottle first came out, when it first came out, it was like a special edition. It came out around Christmas time, and they had already had the single barrel proofs, but then they came out with a rye special edition. Now when that first came out, there was a window of like about a month between when it came out and when it went crazy. And I remember in between that month, I got one of these and I tasted it, and I just went and it's like, okay, this is the one right here. So quiet as kept on this channel. I mean, I have a large supply of that very first Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, the special edition one, the very first one, which when I retire, I probably will be selling those bottles off one by one, funding my retirement. After it came out, again, people went crazy over it, and I was like, okay. Now, one thing you may have noticed about the Dark Spirits channel is I kind of don't like doing what everybody else is doing. Like, when people are reviewing expensive bottles, that's why I was focusing more on like the budget and middle tier bottles. Not that I don't have the loot, but just because it's kind of boring to be just doing what everybody else is doing. Same reason why people make videos, they're behind like a shelf of whiskey. I was like, okay, you guys are in a dark room. I'm going to be the exact opposite. I'm going to be outside with no bottles whatsoever. So that's kind of the way I do things, and people were going crazy over the single barrel proof rye. It won, like, on a lot of people's list, it was like whiskey of the year. I didn't say nothing. There were other barrels that I was trying. There was other bottles I was trying. It was all good. Then they came out with this version here, which it wasn't that special edition. They said, oh, it was going to be, you know, it was going to be limited, and you couldn't find it at all. It came on the shelf. You know, the bottle flippers cleared the shelves. Once they said that, oh, this is going to be a regular release, then, and even now to this day in the state that I live in, you can go in and pick up one of these off the shelf. So to make a long story short, I had the original one of these, but I didn't want to do a review because everybody was just going crazy over it. Now that it's cooled off and now you can get this on the shelf, I would like to review a bottle that my viewers can probably get. So here we go. All right, coming in right at about 130 proof. Let's go ahead and pop the cork on here. Synthetic cork. All good. And let's see what we got. Yeah, now while this is opening up, I remember I did another video of a Jack Daniel's that nobody else on the internet has ever done. It was the duty-free version. I did it on a cruise ship. And that video hasn't got a lot of views, you know, but just know that I've been doing Jack Daniel's reviews for a long time, and I still got exclusives that nobody ever has. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and put a video up there of that Jack Daniel's cruise ship video. So when you see people doing reviews on cruise ships, then come and talk to me. Nobody's doing that. So far, looking good, beautiful color, nice and dark. Man, they aged this for a while. Let's see what we got on the nose. On the nose, what you got on here is some of those spearmint vibes, but just mainly like chocolate, caramel. This is a rye, but this is nosing more like a traditional bourbon. A little bit of that mint kind of gives it away, though. There is a lot of alcohol on the nose here, but it's not overpowering. Let's go ahead and see what we got in the palate. Wow, so on the palate, this is dense, thick. A little bit of the oak is, I guess, in the background, but you get it there. For this to be 130 proof, it doesn't drink like that. I mean, I've had some Elijah Craig barrel proofs around there where you knew it was 130. But this one is actually going down pretty good. Let me have one more sip. Yeah, this is pretty good. I remember I had the Michter's rye, that barrel proof rye, and I said that was the best rye that I had ever had. This, so far, at 130 proof neck pour, I would say that I would probably be okay with having this immediately without even doing a long-term review. The fact that I can get this on the shelf for about 70 and that Michter's is going to be at least 100, I can tell you I'm good with this, so I don't have to worry about putting forth any extra effort into finding that Michter's. But anybody does have one of those Michter's 10 barrel proof, I am interested in it for around $100, but max it out. This is good. This is a little bit different. What I'm getting on the palate is more of a bourbon than a rye. So this is not a lot of rye probably that's in here. You do get some pepper, but it's very evenly balanced. So overall, this is something that you could probably have neat. You may want to put it on the rocks. Sometimes people say with like MGP ryes, they get dill. I don't get any dill in here. It's just more caramel, chocolate, and a tiny bit of mint with the viscosity. You can kind of like coat the inside of your mouth. Very good, Jack Daniels. Man, I might have to go ahead and get a case of this and put it in the tuck. But yeah, so far so good. Let me go and wrap this up. So this week I tried the Jack Daniels single barrel rye, barrel proof, coming in at a little over 130 proof. On the nose, what I got is a little bit of spearmint and heavy alcohol. I guess because of the neck pour. On the palate, the typical bourbon notes: caramel, chocolate, but a little bit of mint. But what stands out the most is the mouthfeel. Kind of syrupy, which I like. Very good. This is a 130 proofer, so it may take me a minute to go through, but as usual, how I do, I'll be back with the long term. And hey, if you've had this on the long term, let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching Dark Spirits, one of the best that's doing it in YouTube. I'm out. See y'all later.